that this time around. So tomorrow is it's a big deal, and I don't think it's a any bigger deal for any other position on the team than it is for running backs. I mean, you could make an argument that, and Sean will try. He'll tell you otherwise. He'll tell you it's the sum of it all, that everything goes into the evaluation. But when you literally can't tackle a running back in practice, and that is the function of the running back, where if you're a running back, the play ends for you when you get the ball in three ways. You are in the end zone, you are out of bounds, or you are on your back. It's one of those three scenarios 99 out of 100 times. And so tomorrow for Harvey and Dobbins, it's more like informational. What are we going to be looking at here in September? But for the rest of those guys, man, this is a legitimate for one spot. For one. And tomorrow's the biggest piece of evidence, I think, and Sean wouldn't agree with this, but I think 75% of the evaluation is going to be this Saturday and next Saturday.
You don't think down in New Orleans could swing who's RB3 on this team?
Maybe for the running backs, it does extend to New Orleans. It could. But so call it the next 3 weekends. The next 3 weekends, because even in the joint practices, they don't tackle to the ground. And the reason that Jaleel made the roster 2 years ago is because he went for over 100 yards. I forget who they were playing. He went for over 100 yards, and it's like, we can't cut him. We can't get him to the practice squad. Who is going to shine like that starting tomorrow night to make the decision easier for the Broncos? And Sean even said it himself. He goes, you guys are going to know when we know, referencing by the end of the New Orleans game. He said, it's going to be more clear to you guys, and it's going to be more clear to us.
Are you talking specifically running backs or any position?
No, Sean was specific to the running backs when he said, by the end of the Saints game, you guys will know like we know.
My gut is it's Jaleel once again. Little deja vu. Right? That this Tyler Badie thing's getting a little trendy. Audric Estime was a 5th-round pick a year ago, but then Jaleel just does stuff in the preseason. You go, that's why I fell in love with this guy. Remember, Sean went out of his way to talk about many a times, he's the first one here. He's here at 5 a.m. He was an undrafted guy.
But he's also done the same thing about Badie this preseason.
I get it. But you asked me who's going to flash in the preseason to make Sean go, you know what, I should keep him. If I had to guess, I think it's going to be Jaleel McLaughlin.
Yeah, I have been of that mind since before training camp started, that it's going to be Dobbins, Harvey, and Jaleel. But then you see Badie out there and being productive within the context of these practices. You see him out there as a personal protector, and Phil will tell you, dude, if you're the personal protector on special teams, that is an additional key to making the team, and I think that's a nuanced observation from camp. And then, but also, Sean, several times, at least twice, has brought up Badie's name unprompted when it comes to pass blocking. And that syncs up with the personal protector. So, and then yesterday, out in Santa Clara, in the sort of height of a team period in a 2-minute sequence, it's not Jaleel, it's not Blake Watson, it's not Estime. It was Badie out there. And Mike Kliss came on the air and said this.
They had some nice runs. One guy who stood out was Tyler Badie, guys. The final 2-minute drill, they're down 24-21, a minute 10 to go. Tyler Badie was out there for every rep with Bo Nix. Don't count him out with beating out Jaleel McLaughlin. I thought Jaleel had number 3 wrapped up, but, Badie is right there. So
actions over words. As a football coach, that is quality work that you're getting in. And I think that the fact that they went with Badie is just really interesting. And it was already interesting heading into tomorrow night and somehow got more interesting yesterday.
Yeah, no, it definitely did. And obviously I trust Mike as much as anyone when it comes to the Broncos. He's not saying things just for the sake of saying things. He's probably hearing something behind the scenes as well as what he observed yesterday in Santa Clara. But to me, Zach, Tyler Badie can always get through to your practice squad. He just always can.
What if he goes nuts in a preseason game? What if he goes for 100 yards the way that Jaleel did?
Well, Cecil Lammey an hour ago told us that running backs are old news. Everyone drafted their running backs. They're all happy. Just for the sake of the argument, can Badie get through to your practice squad? Most likely.
Yeah, most likely.
Can Jaleel?
I think most likely.
See, that to me feels a little more coin flippy. That one's more of a coin flip to me. Badie, I say 90% chance he's through. You cut him, he's back on the practice squad. Jaleel, I think 50% chance you cut him.
Really?
He's wearing another jersey.
What has Jaleel done, though, that someone else would alter their roster to make room for Jaleel?
I mean, the way he contorts himself around the goal line is incredible. That is a weapon. That is a weapon. We all remember the play in Tampa last year. He had no business scoring on that fourth down, and
Agreed.
he somehow did.
Agreed. That was for the right pylon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, no, he is shifty, but shifty enough where an organization is going to rearrange their roster for him? I don't know about that. I mean, you're talking about how shifty he is as a receiver. He had 76 yards in the pass game more than I did a year ago. So I would say if there's probably an 80% chance that you can get Jaleel to the practice squad. I think it's probably 90% chance with Tyler Badie, and maybe that is their strategy. Maybe that breaks the tie. We'll see. We shall see. More overarching, when we're out at camp, the offense has been just okay, and there's some days where I've used the word disjointed. Okay, it's not catching enough traction where we would come in here and say, yeah, the offense had a great day or the offense won the day. We haven't been able to say that. Well, you're playing against the Broncos defense. Well, you go out to Santa Clara. It was the same thing yesterday, according to Mike Kliss and others, that the offense just kind of okay. Bo Nix, just kind of okay. Tomorrow night, if they're out there for 2 to 3 series, which my guess is they are, unless they score a touchdown initially, and then maybe Sean says, that's enough. But if they're out there for a couple of series, I'd like to see just a little bit of traction. It doesn't need to be the greatest show on turf, but I would like to see some signs of growth, and I think that's a reasonable for an expectation.
Yeah, I would too, and I think the biggest thing, Zach, is this team is capable of going 80 yards on 4 or 5 yards of play. They are, but I want to see chunk plays, right? I want to see some explosive chunk plays, particularly a guy like Marvin Mims Jr. Can he and Bo hook up for a long one in the first quarter, something like that? Can Evan Ingram catch a ball for 22, 23?
That'd be nice.
24 type yards. Even if they score a touchdown on the first series, if it's a 17-play drive, that's great. Don't get me wrong. Goal accomplished. You got 6. But I want chunks. I feel like at camp I've not seen that.
No.
And we certainly didn't get those reports from Santa Clara yesterday that, the Broncos are just marching up and down the field on the Niners. I would love to see a 5-play, 80-yard drive. Just boom, 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 touchdown. And guess what, Bo? Take your pads off. Your night's done.
Yeah.
That would be ideal to me.
I think that'd be best case scenario. I will not be disappointed if we don't see that. But I'll tell you this, I'd even like to see, a chunk play, maybe in a series that may not lead to a touchdown. But I'm just looking for signs. It doesn't have to be like starting offense has to score in their first series, but just show signs of growth, signs of taking a step in the right direction. And you would love for it to involve Evan Ingram, and you would love for it to involve one of these receivers not named Courtland Sutton. I think I know what I'm getting from Courtland Sutton in 2020.